And this is why you can't always catch lightning in a bottle twice. So, Disenchanted, what a fitting title, because it took everything that was magical and fun about the first film and gets rid of it. The first film had a lot of energy, it had a fun story. This one is very uninspired and very cliche. I mean, the songs, they're pretty good, and there is a nice gap of time between the songs, so pacing-wise, it's not too bad, and the actors in this do really give good performances. You can tell they're having a fun time playing these characters again, but nothing about the story in this one is anywhere close to being as clever as the original, and it's basically like watching WandaVision again. I kid you not. I know that sounds like a weird thing, completely left to say, but once you watch the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about. It is like watching a Cliff Notes version of WandaVision, but with a Disney skin over it. Instead of sitcoms and superheroes, this is just fairy tale stories. Because, Giselle in this one, just like Wanda, she uses magic to create a town where everyone and everything is exactly to her liking, but there's also this other character who's a bit off, and she's the villain, and at the end it's revealed that she's also super powerful, and this big magic fight, and really the only difference between the two is that Giselle stays good. But even then, there are hints throughout the movie of her turning evil for short periods of time, every once in a while due to the spell she casts, because the idea is that, she's a stepmother now because she's the stepmother to Patrick Dempsey's daughter, so the stepmothers are always evil in fairy tales, but she has until midnight before she permanently becomes an evil stepmother, so there's every once an hour a clock will chime and she'll be evil for a few seconds, and it's kind of fun to see her go back and forth between the two sides. But Giselle, apart from the chipmunk, is really the only character from the first movie that's really given anything to do in this. Patrick Dempsey, he's kind of given just this stupid side quest, where in this new world he's a knight who wants to slay a dragon, and I feel that plotline is really only in the film, because they really couldn't figure out what else to do with him. But they figured, we're paying him, we can't really get rid of him because he's the main character, so we have to give him something, but this is the best we can do. And also, Idina Menzel and James Marsden, they're barely in the film until almost the third act. So if you liked them in the movie, you're out of luck until pretty much almost the end of the movie. They show up at the beginning, but then they're gone until almost the end. And in regards to Maya Rudolph as the new villain in the film, she's okay. She did the best she could, but compared to the first film, she's a very weak villain compared to the villain of the first film. You're still kind of rooting against her, but just not that much. She's not really evil, she's just kind of a nuisance, I guess. Yeah, like everything else in the film, she's also kind of bland, she's very blandly written. But if you're curious about what a sequel to Enchanted could look like, or if you liked the trailer, it's perfectly watchable, but it is not anywhere close to the level of the first film. It's incredibly safe. It doesn't do anything new or clever. It's really more along the lines of those direct-to-video sequels that Disney used to put out. So Disenchanted for me gets a C+, 7 out of 10, and a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Just do yourself a favor and probably just stick with the first one.